Hello everyone, thanks for coming back to the channel. The title for today's video is LinkedIn Inside an Engagement Pod Part 2. Keep watching and I'll give you my thoughts after the break. Hi everyone, 2 weeks ago I posted a video, LinkedIn Inside an Engagement Pod Part 1. If you haven't seen that, pause this video, click on the card above, you can see a card above now, watch that video and then come back to this video. If you've not clicked on that, I'm going to assume that you watched it already, and then I'm going to proceed. Before I get into the analysis and the summary that I'm going to give you in this part 2, this second video, then if you've not subscribed already, that's all the housekeeping taken care of. If you're watching now, you've seen the first video and you know what an engagement pod is, because that's necessary information for this video for you to get enough out of this video. So a couple of weeks ago I started using an engagement pod and posting both to the company page and also to my individual profile. This was one of the posts that I did from the company page, and it's got more engagement and comments, and that's from the engagement pod. I wanted to continue the process of posting at least once a day, weekdays, and then also posting not only on the company page but also via my individual profile and then also in the engagement pod. So my posts would be boosted by putting them in the engagement pod. The engagement pod I'm talking about, the engagement pod I'm referring to, can be found in the first line of the description. It's called LemPod. So there's more details there. Click on the link in the first line of the description below and you can find more details on the actual engagement pod that I've been using. Now I want to share some results with you. So as I said, I put posts from the company page and also my individual profile into the engagement pod. Let's have a look at the engagement pod notifications page now. So true to my word, I'm going to scroll up here. Here are some of the engagement pods that I've actually, I'm just going to see if there's any more that I can show. A summary of the most recent posts in the engagement pod. So you can see, I'm going to start at how to transition from active to passive income. 49 users were engaged, 35 likes, 22 comments, and you can see as I'm moving the cursor, location-based content marketing going to happen, website resource for prospects. So you can see the number of people, users engaged, the number of likes, the number of comments, and these comments are comments that are auto-generated from people within the engagement pod. They are free to amend those comments, but they are some auto-generated templated comments that are posted automatically, as you may imagine, and people can add to those or change them. And you can see I've posted, so this one is 3 days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, 6 days ago, 7 days ago, 10 days ago. So just missed out the weekend there. My methodology was to post on the LinkedIn company page, also to post on my personal profile, and to post in the engagement pod. And this is a summary of the posts in the engagement pod. Now, for each post, you do get some analytics. So let's click on that and I'll show you what I mean. So here's analytics. I'm not sure if I can, right, I'm going to, in the analytics you can see that there were 33 likes, 22 comments, and the views after from this is on the this was actually today. So this is how the analytics changed over time. So by 4:12 today, on the 23rd of December, this is the time I'm recording it, it's had 38 likes, 22 comments and 920 views. Now, as you can appreciate, there's not 920 people in the engagement pod. So using engagement pod helps to turbocharge your number of impressions and views. So if there's 50, 60 people in the engagement pod, the fact that they like it and comment on it means that LinkedIn will push that piece of content to more people. So this was today, already 920 views on that post. Let's come out of that for a moment. So how does that look from my personal profile? So personal profile, I'm just going to go into my content. Here's one of the posts that are posted within the engagement pod, and you can see there are you can see the number of comments, you can see the number of likes, and there are 934 views of that post. Let me go to another example. So I'm just going to go to another example. Just scrolling. Here's an example from Friday. So this is Content Without Borders, and there were 524 views of that. You can see the number of likes and the number of comments. So you can see posting within the engagement pod does definitely increase the reach of your posts and gets it to new people, not just the people who are supporting you because they're part of the engagement pod. Okay, now interim metrics such as likes, comments, and even impressions are good, but they're not. I need to, before I go any further, I just need to summarize the progress that was made for the 2 weeks within the engagement pod. So let me just look. If you can hear rustling, it's because I'm opening my notepad just to go through the figures. So in terms of the number of followers, the number of followers I have now is 31. You can see there on the screen is 3122, and that is an increase of 73 followers from the 9th of December when I started monitoring it and using this engagement pod. That means that it's an increase of 2.39%. The number of individual connections I have, let's just change screen, the number of individual connections I have is 2886, and that's plus 72, and that represents an increase of 2.55% within the 2 week period. Let's have a look at the company page followers. So company page followers, just opening that up now, we're now at 255, was at 246, so that's an increase of 9, which represents 3.65%. So those are the numbers, or the increase in metrics across followers, connections, and company page followers, and that's all well and good, and that's all positive, and that's a vote very much in favor of being a member of the engagement pod. But what's even more important is the number of leads and inquiries, because we're in this to generate more business. We're not just in it to generate more likes, more comments. That's fine, but it's only an interim. Those are only interim metrics. The number of leads and inquiries generated by this engagement pod activity has been 1. So within 2 weeks I've generated a new lead, and this is a brand new lead that I wasn't speaking to or in communication with before the engagement pod activity. So that's really what you want: business, new business, and that's great. 1 new lead that is developing and may convert from engagement pod activity at a time of year when people are slowing down because it's Christmas and they've got the holidays, so they're not generally thinking about new business or new supplier relationships and new contracts, etc. So that's 1 lead in a 2 week period, which is very good. And because of that, I'd say that LEMpod, or the engagement pod that I've been part of, has to get a strong review in terms. I'd say 8 or 9 out of 10. If it had converted the lead already, then it would probably be 10. So that's my view of the Inside an Engagement pod after 2 weeks. If you've enjoyed this video, please give me a like. If you're not subscribed already, click on one of the 2 screenshots to watch another video, and I look forward to speaking to you next time. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye bye.